Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you are sitting in a place of absolute stillness. The noise of the city, the hum of your phone, even the internal chatter of your own ego has finally, mercifully, fallen silent. This is where our story begins. In the first book of the Corpus Hermeticum, Hermes Trismegistus is meditating on the nature of reality. Suddenly, his senses are suspended. A being of unbounded extent appears formless, terrifying, and brilliant. This is Pymander, the mind of the sovereignty. The Vision of Pymander is a psychological blueprint and a spiritual tech manual. Today, we are going to decode it using the Threefold Way, the history, the psychology, and the spirit. If you ever felt like a stranger in your own body, or like you are meant for something vastly more luminous, pay attention. Pymander is talking to you. Hermes asks Pymander,
"Who art thou? I would learn the things that are."
Pymander changes his form, and Hermes is suddenly plunged into a vision of the beginning. He sees a pleasing light and then a terrible darkness that winds like a serpent. Historically, this is a classic cosmogony. It blends Egyptian mythology with Platonic philosophy. The light is the logos, the word or reason. In the 2nd century, this was a radical claim that the universe wasn't just a physical accident, but a thought expressed in light. Psychologically, this represents the dawn of self-awareness. The darkness is the unconscious, the raw, chaotic potential of the mind. The light is the spark of consciousness that dares to organize that chaos. May you suddenly get a concept that's a microvision of Pymander. Spiritually, in the great work, this is the stage of observation. You cannot change your life until you separate your observing self from your habits and reactive emotions. It is the alchemical Separatio. Pymander tells a strange story. God, the mind, created a man, the Anthropos, equal to himself. This man saw the creation of the lower elements and wanted to create too. He broke through the celestial spheres and looked down at nature. Nature saw his beauty and smiled. The man saw his own reflection in the water and fell in love with it. He reached down and nature wrapped himself around him. And so, man became a dual being, immortal in essence but mortal in body. This explains why we suffer. Unlike the biblical fall involving an apple and a serpent, the Hermetic fall is an act of love and curiosity. We didn't fall because we were bad, we fell because we were so beautiful that nature wanted to hold us, and we were so creative that we wanted to experience her. This is the birth of the ego. The reflection in the water is the image we have of ourselves, our social status, our physical looks, our brand. We forget we are the observer and start thinking we are the reflection. That's where all our anxiety comes from. This is the soul phase of soul at Coagula. To do the great work, you must realize you are a stranger in nature. You are a spiritual being currently wearing a biological suit. The goal is to love nature without being enslaved by her. Pymander explains that at death, the body dissolves, but the soul begins a journey upward. It has to pass through the 7 spheres of the governors. At each gate, the soul must give back a negative quality it picked up during its stay on Earth. These correspond to the 7 known planets of antiquity. Each planet was thought to impose a destiny or a vice on the soul. To reach God, you had to settle your debts with the planets. Psychologically, these are conditioned patterns. At the moon, you drop your unstable growths. At Mercury, you drop guile and trickery. At Venus, you drop lustful desire. At Mars, you drop rashness and violence. Spiritually, this is the magnum opus in action. Each sphere is a calcination of a vice. You are burning away the leaden qualities of your character to reveal the gold within. By the time you reach the 8th sphere, the Ogdod, you aren't a person anymore, you are a power. After passing the 7th gate, the soul enters the 8th sphere. Here it joins the powers who praise the Father. Finally, and this is the most radical part of the text, the soul becomes a god. As Pymander says, this is the good end for those who have gained knowledge to be deified. This is what separated Hermeticism from many other religions. It wasn't about being a servant of God, it was about becoming God through gnosis. This is integration, is the state where your conscious and unconscious minds are no longer at war. You move from being a fragment to being the all. You are no longer pushed by your past, you are pulled by your potential. This is the rubedo, the reddening, the phoenix has risen. You have successfully navigated the vision and brought that cosmic clarity back into your daily life. Hermes wakes up from his vision. He doesn't go hide in a cave, he goes into the world and starts teaching. He tells people,
O ye, earth-born man, cease from your sleep.
The Vision of Pymander isn't an invitation to leave the world, it's an invitation to wake up within it. Next time you feel overwhelmed by the darkness of the world or devices of your own mind, remember the 7 gates. Remember that you are the Anthropos, a divine creator who just happened to fall in love within his own reflection. The reflection is beautiful, sure, but you are the light that makes the reflection possible. If this journey resonated with you, subscribe for more Hermetic insights. And tell me in the comments which pole are you working to integrate today. Until next time, keep doing the great work.